We've done a lot of presentations to meet the CEOs, but this is probably the most stressful one I've done all year. Faculty and classmates, thank you for this honor. It's been a privilege to be a part of this cohort, and I consider it a true joy to represent the class in this way. To my family and friends, one, surprise, and two, thank you for all of your support throughout this year. I wouldn't have made it throughout this year with all of the text messages, the phone calls, the words of support. I love you so, so much, and I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. But on to the content of the speech. November 28th, 1859, the great English writer Charles Dickens wrote in his famous book, Tale of Two Cities, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, and it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the spring of hope, and it was the winter of despair." When I had first read that during the MBA this year, I thought, Mr. Dickens must have gone through a NIROTA full-time MBA degree. For indeed, it was the best of times, and it was the worst of times. But I will start with the best of times. On that fateful September day, we arrived, ready and excited for a brand new adventure. We had all enrolled for a variety of reasons. Some to change careers, some wanted to have a new adventure in a foreign country, some wanted to be a student one last time, and some needed a way to spend a year and decided an MBA would be a really fun way to do so. But full of life and energy, we were prepared for the many great moments throughout this program. And as Marcia showed in the video, many of these great moments were culinary in nature, such as an international potluck to start the year, where I realized that Tushar can make an amazing butter chicken. Next, we tried to do a barbecue at Tanya's place, where we experienced the worst thunderstorm the Netherlands has experienced in 3 years. So that did not go well. Then, we were able to try Danya's legendary cooking in a 3-course Turkish meal. But, and most consistently of all, we had to try to make sure that Andre was well fed during class, which was often a very trying task. But outside of food, there were many great moments as well, like being serenaded by Poru, Aubrey, or Ava Maria at karaoke, getting destroyed by Manu in our inaugural Manu versus the World NBA basketball game, or hearing legends of the infamous apple wine night in Frankfurt, or partying at Jenya's house, which was made all the better by Arada's potent margaritas, which to this day I believe to be around 5% lime juice and 95% tequila. These moments made this year an enjoyable one, and one in which we were able to grow together despite our widely different backgrounds. But while it was the best of times, it was also the worst of times. One of the things I learned is that diversity has many upsides. You get to experience a variety of different perspectives and solutions. But there are also inherent difficulties generated as well, and one has to learn how to adjust to others, their values and their preferred work styles. This included things like adjusting to project timelines, around the fact that Singyup and Robin were traveling to a brand new country every 2 weeks. Trusting that Samarth and Wanda could actually write 10,000 words the final hour that a paper was due. Or realizing that Jenna and Simla only need to operate on 2 hours of sleep while the rest of us were all passing out in our chairs. And one of the things that I did appreciate was when I tried to work on a paper, I would open it up 2 weeks ahead of time, only to realize that Manu had written the entire document because he needed something to do. And in this case, it made me very grateful that Manu was my thesis partner. Now, these things required adjusting to. It wasn't easy all of the time. It required learning how to adapt to meet others' needs, but also to have the strength to stand up for our own needs as well. This difficulty refined us. It forced us to think deeply about how we handle difficult moments, and also understand that there may never be a full agreement, but in spite of this, there can be movement forward to accomplish what needs to be done. And of course, in the midst of all of this, there were academics involved, and the program was often filled with long days and short weeks as we strived to complete assignments in courses ranging from finance to talent management. There are many great memories here as well, such as trying to make sure that Effie stayed awake during class, or watching Eugene grill lecturers on their 1-1-1 model for corporate sustainability initiatives. But through all of our courses, each of our professors added a unique flavor to the subject we learned. And I wanted to take a moment to say thank you for your energy and your passion and your patience in teaching us. It was a great privilege to learn from you. And so classmates, this was our year. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But now that time has come to a close. And in all likelihood, this is the last time we will be gathered together as a full cohort. Thank you for this year. It would not have been the same without each and every single one of you. Each of you matter, and you had an impact on this class. And I believe it would not be the same, and I believe it will be the same when you enter the working world. You and the work you do will matter. Maybe not in a grand cosmic sense, but in the local world you occupy, you and your work will make a difference. It will matter to yourself, it will matter for your colleagues, and it will matter for those close to you. Whether or not that impact is positive or negative will largely depend on why you are doing the work that you do. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why can live for and bear almost any how." I hope that this year has helped you to discover your why and find what truly matters to each of you. My wish for each of you is that you would lead a life that may not be easy, but is one that is full of fulfillment, meaning, and love. It has been an honor to work alongside you, to struggle with assignments together, and to have this adventure with each and every one of you. As we leave this building, may you find what you are looking for in this life. May you grow into the person that you wish to be. May you make a positive change for good in yourself, your work, and in the lives of those around you.